I already know what you're gonna say. Another Goldmand video, Smack? What is going on? Why are you always throwing Goldmand in our face? There's a reason, my friends. There's a reason I keep coming back to this game and showing you this. It's because it should be what Farmer's World was. In its current state, I feel it's already done more than Farmer's World did altogether. The way that this game works is very intelligent, and it is designed not to have the same problems as Farmer's World is having. You can continue to build up by starting off. You can start small and then build up. Yes, it's not, a dollar game that you can get into. You do have to put some money towards it, but you can really build up and earn a lot. I'm making probably about $100 a day, depending on how good the token's doing. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but on an average, $100. And most of the time I put it back in, but not all the time. Sometimes I take it out, put it in something else, save up. I have probably almost $1,000 in wax, and a decent amount of it is probably from this game. So with all that, I am reinvesting a lot, and I am building it up, and I want to go over and show you how to get started. I can tell you right now, if this game catches on, it will be bigger than Farmer's World. They update a lot more than Farmer's World. They update monthly with a big drop. This month is going to be land. Next month is going to be PvP. Last month was Amulets. It just keeps going. They have so many ideas. They even added stamina as well with the Amulet update and all the crafting and everything. So there's a lot to go ahead and show you. But I want to let you know, of course, I am a gamer. I'm not a financial advisor. So know that. And this is where I say, this is not a sponsored video. This is a video from me because I don't understand why more people are not playing this game. I want to talk to people about this game in Discord, and it's hard because no one's playing for some reason. I don't know, but I think you should. But of course, do your own research. Definitely look it over, see if this game's for you, and hopefully it is, and we could talk more about it. So as I mentioned, this is not a sponsored video. However, I still do have some chests from Goldmand with tools in them from my last sponsored video. So we are going to go ahead and give one out in this video. We'll give out whatever's left. It could be two. Whatever's left, I'll give out. So make sure you comment down below and then go to my Discord and put in your YouTube name and your wallet address. If you've already done this for Goldmand, you don't have to do the Discord part, but you still have to do the comment down below so I can find you. With all that said, let's kind of get into this game and talk about it. Why has this been my #1 game for so long? Because it is very smart. They took Farmer's World's basics and just made it better. Now, there's a lot more to do than just clicking in this game. It is, some people will say it is a clicker, but it is, but it's not. And plus, more features are going to be coming out in the future, and who knows where this game's going. Let's first start talking about how I would get started. Because after I explain how to get started, then I'll kind of show you the process of how you get earnings and then the options you have, which are a lot that you could do with those earnings. To start off, some people go with one common tool. Can you do that? You can, but I would basically try to put a little more in and get started with 3 tools. You will have to unlock 2 slots. The people that go one common tool, that's not the way. This is the way. With one common tool, it's going to take you a while to kind of get started, and you still can, but it's going to take a while to get really going. I would recommend using your first 3 slots because they are there for you. You do have to unlock them and set up and open them up, and then you can put the cards in there. So there is a little bit extra to do that, but then that slot is yours forever. Now, there are more slots after this that you can rent, but we'll get into that later because that's more after you get moving and you're reinvesting after a while. Then you can do that kind of stuff. So to start, you could go to the territories and check out the planets. There are 3 to choose from. There's Earth, Trion, and Vion. There are the 3 races, and the races are humans. They make food. Alvars, they make energy. And Sevars, which is me, and we make materials. Now, I personally wouldn't go Alvars because there are a lot of Alvars and it's just kind of unbalanced. If I was starting today, I would go humans because humans is making the most money right now. So I would do humans. Sevars aren't bad either. If you want to join my race, that's fine as well. Again, I probably wouldn't go Alvars right now because we kind of have to balance it out a bit. Humans, though, you're probably going to make a little bit more profit a little quicker, but you might have to spend more on the tools depending how it goes. So let's go ahead and click on the market and see how it is. So here are the tools. What I would recommend is start with 3 tools. I would do 2 commons and 1 epic. Now, if you can afford more than that, obviously I would go a little more, but let me explain what's important here. You need 1 tool of high rarity. That tool is going to set how long you have to click for. So a common tool, you have to click every 20 minutes. If you have a rare tool, it's every 40 minutes. Epic, 1 hour. Legendary, 1.5 hours. And finally, artifact, 2 hours. Now you can higher that even more with amulets, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. So out of your first tools, whatever tool you have, the highest rarity, that's the clock it's going to use. That's why I like having one of a higher rarity, so then you don't have to click every 20 minutes. Because this can use your CPU a decent amount if you just have a common and you have to click every 20 minutes. Plus, who wants to click every 20 minutes? You know, in the beginning, I did. And if you work at it, though, you can kind of get out of that area pretty quickly. So they're riding dirt bikes outside, so hopefully that's not too distracting. Hopefully you don't hear it. Here we can see at the top of the image, and if you highlight over it, it will say the type, and this is GMF, F for food. So this is a human tool. So that would be good to get. If you get human, that's it, you're human. You can do multiple races, but it's not smart, and it's a lot of work, and it's really not going to give you the gains that you would get just by being one. So because of this, you cannot be self-sufficient. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I can't be self-sufficient? No, that's amazing, because that means you have to count on the other 2 races, which makes the game thrive instead of fail. And that's important. Everyone has their own stuff to do. If they stop making energy, I'm stuck because I need that energy. So you have to count on everyone to be working on this. And they do. So here we have the commons. You're looking at about $40, $45 for one. And then you can go up either, if you want to do every 40 minutes, you could choose a rare. You're looking about $100. Now keep in mind, the Alvar tools, the energy, are probably going to be cheaper. And that's because there are so many Alvars and they're crafting like crazy and upgrading and selling. But I would be careful about going with them again because they are overpopulated. So after the rares, you can go ahead and choose the epic, just to give you an idea on there. There you're starting around $200. And these prices are low right now. If we go over to the token, you can see we are low. And because we're low, it's cheaper to craft. So it also is cheap to enter right now. So if you're going to enter, probably a good time. Again, things can always change. But if we zoom out, we have been here a few times and it always seems to bounce right back. Again, land is coming this month, PvP next month. So the updates aren't going to stop. So there's going to always be something to do in this game. They have a very large team, and each section of the team is working on a different update. That way, each time it comes around, they can just go ahead and roll it out. And everything you're going to do is going to be working off of these tokens and your stamina. So if you don't want to buy the tools, or say you can only afford an epic and a common, okay, that's fine. Start playing the game. Get in here. You're going to have to buy extra resources of the other race. For me, I make material. It's this blue here. So I would need to buy energy and food, because I take that energy and food, I combine it, I make my material, and I make a little more of it. So then I sell my material, and then I get a little bit more of food and energy because I had a little more. And that's the idea. So you keep getting a little bit more of the stuff as you go. And if you're smart and you take your time and you're patient, you can also time the market well to even do better. I can wait till my material is a really good price and it's above the other 2 and then sell it, then buy the other 2 cheaper on Alcor. And when I do that, I just made even more of a profit and I'm getting even more resources. So it's about timing. So something I would do as you get higher up is start saving up. See, I have a stock here. I actually just spent some, but I do still have a stock of resources there. That way, maybe once a day, every 12 hours or so, I gotta look into buying. If my resource is too low, I'll check again after my next mine. It's still too low, I'll check again. I have all of those times. And what happens is if the GMM goes way low, below the other ones, what happens is a curse hits, where GMM cannot be made for a few hours, usually 6. And when that happens, less people are making GMM, so they can't sell it, so the price rises on its own. It's called a curse. It's a built-in part of the system to make sure the 3 coins stay somewhat equal. And it's a really good idea. Especially good when it happens and you're about to go to sleep. So let's show you an example. So assuming I just mined, I would get this material, which is 695. Now I can go ahead and recharge all my amulets as well. So let's go ahead and do that. That's going to take a little bit. It's going to take 4.5 out. I like them to be at full. So I made 695 and I spent 554. So I'm making about 150 extra resource per mine. So now say I want to sell this and get more of the other token. I want to hit the minus, click max here, go ahead and hit withdraw. And now I'll go back here and I'm going to sell my GMM. Now all these 3 prices currently are about the same. So because of that, I just need to sell it about the same. So if I was in a hurry, I could market sell, which I don't usually recommend, but I'm going to do it for this video. Just hit market trade and then click here and sell. Since I'm going to be selling this right here, that's a good price since I'm in a hurry. So I'll be selling it at 0.224. So now that we sold that, I estimated out it's just shy of 152 wax. I got all of that. So now what I do is buy the other ones. So I can look, my ratio is a little different. I need a little more GME than GMF, but basically split it up like 3/5 and 2/5, so that would be like 90 and 60 I would need. So I would go here, and you don't have to be exact. You could always just kind of mess around and learn from it. I'm going to go ahead and go to limit trade here because I have resources already, so I'm not in a rush for them. So I'll click on the highest one, which is still below what I sold my other ones for, and I will buy 90 wax here. And I will go to food and do 60. Now I'm in no rush for those, so when they happen, and they'll show up because I don't need it for probably 12 hours, so it'll probably go off by then. So if they want to sell, they're going to come into this area and look for the best price if they're in a hurry. Now they could put their order up here and wait, or if they're in a rush and they need to mine, they'll put it down here, or they'll just mark it. For this, I'm in no rush. I'm second. It's going to bounce back and forth. I might buy some here and there. If I go to GME, I'm still waiting on here. I'm a little further down here, but no rush. Let it go, and that's what's good about having a supply. The market trading could be a little confusing, but you will get better at it. This game will make you better at it, and that won't only help in this game, that'll help across all the games that you're going to use Alcor for. So when these do fill up here, they'll show me up top here. I'll just plus here, and then just click here and transfer it in, and then I'll have more supply. So what do you do with this supply? Well, there's a lot of things you can do. We can go to the laboratory, for example, and we can look at crafting tools. If you want to make a tool, you can make it with GMD, GME, and GMF. Now GMD we haven't really covered, but that's basically the government's token. So that's the 4th token. And you will get this sparingly. As you level up, you will get it more often. That's why you want to stake your resource in the game, because then you will get this at a higher return and it'll be more profitable for you. So here you could see 300 GME, 300 GMF, and 20 GMD creates a common tool. Now, say you started with the common epic and you want to upgrade. Well, you could go to upgrade tools and you can go to the legendary. Say you want to turn your epic into a legendary, and you click here, and this is the legendary, this is the epic, and this is the legendary you'll get. You just scroll down in here, it'll take 2,400 of my own resource, not someone else's, my own resource to upgrade. So for crafting, you need the other people's resource. For upgrading, you need your resource. You don't always have to sell your resource. You could kind of chip away and keep a little bit here and there and put it towards this. You'll also need a little GMD, and the higher the rarity, the more expensive it's going to cost. It also does take time to craft, 3 days. However, you can reduce this by adding more GMD and more of your resource. You can go all the way up and it could take it all and be done right away. Now you can actually do this after it's already started crafting as well. So if you want to wait a little while and then upgrade it, you could do it that way. Remember, when you're upgrading it, you can't have the tool in use. So you're going to have to take it out of your spot, bring it here and upgrade. So it is kind of downtime. It's going to take stamina as well. Stamina we didn't really talk about, but you can see it up here. If we click on it, I can refill it, but there's no point because I have really good stamina generation. So you can see here, I generate 10 stamina an hour, and I'm only mining once every 3 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm regenning a bunch of stamina then, plus I only need 64 to use my tools. So I'm going down a little bit, but then say I get busy and I don't click mine for a few hours, I'm back up. Or a curse hits, I'm back up. So because I have all these stam regen stuff, it's really good for me. Now you being brand new, it might not be so good. You might need to take a break from time to time. I usually recommend when you sleep, let it regen. If you want to build that up, what you do is you level up. To level up, you just click on increase profits and you put your own resource in here and you stake it. Now when you do that, you're going to increase here and you're going to also increase your profit. You saw I'm up 5%. I get an extra 5% because I'm level 7. Levels do a bunch of things. First of all, every even level unlocks an extra slot for you to put a tool in. Every odd level allows you to put an amulet. Also, each level will increase your maximum stamina, and every even level will increase your regeneration. Now, I know there's a lot here and it might sound confusing, but you'll get it, and you just come to Discord and talk to us. Everyone's very helpful, and we'll definitely give you all the tips they know. They're very willing to help anyone new. Now, like I said, once I hit level 2, I could go to my rent new slots here, and you can see here that this was my level 2, my level 4, my level 6, and now you could see I'm almost at level 8. I'll be able to unlock this one, and then I'll need to get a new tool. So if I click this, it'll show me where I'm at. It'll show me how much of my own resource I need for each level and what's going on. Now that GMD resource I talked about, it's hard to get, and as you level up though, your chance of getting it is more frequent. When you hit level 9, you will be at 100%, so you will get it every mine. So that is my current target. But since I'm going to level 9, I'm probably going to go to level 10 just to get that extra stam regen and to get that extra tool slot. At level 10, I'll stop, I'll come back, and I'll make sure I level up all my tools. After I do that, I'll probably look at leveling up my amulets. Ooh, so much to talk about. So, Kevin, what is this amulet you're talking about? All right, let's do this. So here I have an artifact tool. If I click on amulet, I have an epic amulet I purchased, and it gives you 2 bonuses. There's 6 bonuses in all, and you'll just kind of see what they are as you play the game. And you can actually go in the laboratory and re-roll these bonuses and spend resources too, so you get what you want. Most people want mining time or consumption. If I highlight mine is mining time, which is something I really wanted, and stamina regen. So I don't mind it because stamina regen is pretty cool. If I go to my other amulet, I have another epic. I have mining time and max stam. Now I do like the mining time, but the max stam, don't really care that much about it, but it's there. So I have a common amulet here, and this is mining time consumption. This is a great one because consumption is very important. What do these amulets do? These amulets, if they're the same rarity as the card, they will basically act like another tool. So they're huge. And if you have consumption currently, it's like having another tool almost as well. So consumption's kind of broken right now, I think. I would switch and work on getting consumption, but I have a feeling they're going to fix it. So I'm not going to go that route yet. Eventually, I'll upgrade these, but I don't want to lose my mining time. I like every 3 hours and 15 minutes. That's a good amount of time, so I'm in no rush. I do have one last amulet in my rental slot, And again, it's mining time and stamina regen. The two common ones are the ones I got in the packs. You probably saw that in my unlucky video. And then I purchased the two epics with money that I've made from here. So I think I paid $300 each on those. And, you know, I just made it from here and then purchased them. And that price was a steal, by the way. It was really cheap. They shouldn't have been that cheap. And once I said something, people bought them all up. So amulets can do other things like help you with rent, but consumption is probably the most highly coveted. And what consumption is, basically you use more of the other resources, which means you will make more of your resource. So that's why it's so popular. So this is basically the idea of like Farmer's World. You can get these resources by buying and selling. You can craft and do everything yourself. You can build all this stuff up yourself. You can make amulets. You can level everything up. If we go to the laboratory here again, you can see craft amulets. So here we would craft an amulet and it costs 450 food, 450 energy, and 30 GMD for a common. So you can go and make these yourself. You want to re-roll an amulet? Here it is. Try your luck. You know, you spend the resources depending on the rarity and spin it and see what you get. Now, consumption's probably, again, the big thing. So a lot of people might go through and try to get that consumption. Keep in mind, when you're upgrading your amulets, you do get new bonuses. So you might want to wait till you hit artifact to reroll if you're going to level them up all the way. I feel like I covered a lot, but if you do get in the game, a few things just to know. When you bring your cards in, they're going to be in your wallet here. You have to click to transfer them into the game, and then they'll be into the game for you to set up. You will then need to pick a planet. Go ahead and choose whichever race you are, because you want to do the race you are because you get a bonus if you're on your home planet. The lands aren't as important. They will be reworked this coming month, and people will also be able to buy land. And at that point, things are going to change a lot, I'm guessing. They're not easy to get the white list for. They are pretty expensive, so I don't think I'll be getting one, unfortunately. You can also click on staking on planets and click through and see what people have. See right here, we have 898 million on my planet, 940 million on Earth, and then Treon's 1.6 billion. So that's how much the Alvars are ahead of everybody. So I would definitely say Sevars are humans. I feel like a lot of people don't pick humans because they're humans and they're playing a game and they want to be something different. So I think that's a lot of reason why there's not as many humans making us food, but I'm hungry. All right, that's pretty much everything you should need to know. Again, join their Discord, check out the game. If you have questions, you can ask me in general chat in my game or general chat in Goldmand. I'm in their Discord as much as I'm in my Discord, always looking for the tips and seeing what's coming. They put sneak peeks in there. They put announcements about everything. They put change logs, which means anytime they make a change, they put it in this one room. You can read all about it if you'd like to know what's going on. And it's very important. It's like the team that Farmer's World never had. You know, they're on hands. They're helping you out. They're talking to you. They're announcing. They're updating. Updates are always nice and fast. So you don't need to play 50 games when you have a game that is on point like this. Any questions, leave it down below. Again, don't forget to enter the giveaway. Stop in the Discord if you haven't to put your name and wallet address in there. You do have to be present in the Discord to receive the prize. And I do want to thank you for the view.